Hello everyone. I hope you all are in the good mood. Okay. So I think we are meeting after 3 years, and in the 3 years, like lots of things changed due to Corona and everything. Like many lost jobs and many got some new jobs and lots of changes in the daily routine and work from home and everything. But yeah, there are also lots of things changed with me as well. I was like student, and then I become a data scientist. So today I'll be sharing my journey about how I become a data scientist, got this wonderful offer, and what I did throughout my education journey as well as for my professional journey, and what the things I learned. So I want to share that with you. Let's get started. Okay, so let me start with my educational. So I did my schooling like normal Gujarati medium, not fancy school. And then I did diploma after 10th. So the time was like 2014 to like 2017. And it was in the information communication technology, like IT, as you call. And yeah, so I was like diploma student, and then I got to the bachelor degree program. So that was same field, information technology, which I completed in 2020. So just note this like years, because then I'm sharing what the things I did along with my education. Like normal education is fine, okay, we all done like, let's say after 12th degree or something, so that's like a normal. But here I'll be sharing what the different things which I did across my educational journey, and then how I came like really fast moving forward, field called data science. Okay, yeah, so along with education, so I have this like, let's say roadmap or graph here. So like starting from 2016, because I started learning in this field like 2016 and then up to 2020. So that's where I completed my graduation, and then all my professional journey got started after 2020. So 2016, so like as I mentioned before, I was in the diploma. So then I started a first time with a like starting learning with a Python and machine learning. So at that time on the 2016, there was not lots of aware in the about Python language. So I did my diploma in the Government Polytechnic Ahmedabad in Ahmedabad city. So at that time, even the professor that I know, so they were also not known to this language. So it was all new for me. And also I got great seniors as well who mentored me of starting a journey in the ML and Python. So started learning. So in that one, I was taking like just random online courses, as you all do, like reading lots of blogs and everything. But then with 2017, I got like kind of pressure of the final year project. In the diploma, we do have projects in diploma as well. So then I chosen my main project as a machine learning, which no one did at that time. So I was single in the project, but still I had courage to finish that project, and I also got a second winner in that project in diploma. So after completing my diploma, so then I thought like, so now I'm learning by my own self. So like there is no one around me like learning machine learning and Python and all. So then I got to know I need to be in the some of the group that is learning in some kind of same thing as I am doing. So that's why like all the hackathons, so I was also like started looking with like meetups.com, allevents.in, and all the, let's say, such kind of platform that organize the hackathons and maybe some communities. So I did participate in the many of the hackathons, and why I did? Because I loved coding. And even though like being in the college, I didn't get too much like time with the continuous coding because I also had like study and everything. But then hackathon is a one good place, because in that one I got chance where I can do continuous coding. So that's why I attended many hackathons, and also I won that hackathon. So it's not just I only participate, but I also won that hackathon, and also got to know lots of amazing people out there. So after with the hackathons, I started looking for the internship, and this is in my 2018. So this is where I was like first year in my degree. So I was looking for the internships in the data science and machine learning, but there is like pretty less scope in the Ahmedabad at that time. But still I finally found one good internships. at the IIM Ahmedabad, there was one startup doing some bunch of really cool stuff in the data science and machine learning. So I grabbed that opportunity. And also with IIM, so I also got to learn a lot of things from the other IITians and IIMs, the people who study there, and also the professors. They were the great people, and I feel like I'm kind of now with the, kind of smart people. And they are like, if I have any question, then we do lots of the ideas, discussions, and also do we lots of the problem solving session. So that was also great exposure in my career. After that, I also got to know with such communities, let's say GDG Ahmedabad, Null communities, Django Girls, and the Null Ahmedabad, and some other as well. So in that one, I was doing such session as I'm doing right now. So at the time of my college time, I also do the same. And I meet new people, like as right now we all are here. And then I got also lots of good connections. I learned lots from them as well. Like how, because now I feel like I'm not only developer who is doing, but there are so many lots of people which I can share my ideas and we can discuss lots of things. With few people, I also build lots of good projects too. And then as the end of the freelance, end of the 2018, so I was also, in the 2018, I also attended, given some session with reinforcement learning back in the 2018 with same this hotel. So after a few days, I got one call from one good gentleman, and he mentioned like, do you know few stops in the NLP? So I say, okay, I heard the name, but yeah, let me search. And then I give a call back to him, and so I say, okay, I know that stuff and I can do. So then he offered like freelancing projects, and that was my first industrial experience, or like, working, because till now I worked in the like internships or they were like startup, but not exactly the industrial or where I build something for the client. And that was my first company, Pragnakalp. Along with my education, I was doing all the freelancing projects. It was mainly focused with the NLP. And also I explored like lots of tools and all. So this like first job, I would say, as a part-time, and also being in the student, I kind of managed to like have a basically kind of a good separation between my education and as well as my all the professional careers at the starting of my career. So then I continued this internship for a long time, and then I got another internship offer, which so that office is near the SG highway, like just few steps away from this hotel. And then so it was like I need to go to that place, and I also liked it because till now I was working, but I was staying at home and just at the college. So I haven't had a good exposure about the exact professional culture of how people work in the office. I was like kind of fascinating by the idea like how the IT office looks like, because I haven't seen the previously such IT office and everything. It was my first experience to go to the office. So after completing my let's say my normal coursework, I go to that office and I do the internship. So in that one, I was mainly working with how to build how to make some good code base. Like because as a student, you just write just normal, like you just need to get this get the task done. But it knocks how it works in the like industry. So like that's why you need to have some good code base. And then I was mainly working with the computer visions and how we do pipeline building and like everything, how you deploy ML model on some servers, how you use GPUs and everything. So meanwhile, I also got one offer from the being a facilitator of the Google Explore ML, as Tanvi mentioned. So at that time, I got one offer of visiting Google Hyderabad office for 4 days. And it was fully sponsored trip from Ahmedabad to Hyderabad, and like staying and everything is like near to Google hotel, is some nice hotel and everything. It was great experience. And in that one, I first started with the networking around the people, not just only from Gujarat, but also out of Gujarat, because that was like full India level. There was like applications, and I was the one of this like student who is selected in that one. So then I also got lots of students like me. They are also kind of exploring ML at the time of the college. So that was also a great experience for me to being at there, and also lots of things to learn from the Googlers at Google Hyderabad office, how they do the things and everything. So then with the 2020, so it was like really, I think, career changing year for me. as many of you, because we got hit with the corona and everything. So the internship one that I was doing, so that need to stop because of the corona, COVID, and the situation turned out really bad. But after freelancing, after with the internships, I started looking for the freelancing offer, and I already have my like resume and LinkedIn profile is already like good because of all the projects I did previously. So that's why, based on my strong profile, I was able to grab the freelancing offer from the master student, as well as I did project for the PhD student. The PhD one is really hard because they need to do lots of documentations and everything. But yeah, I finally able to complete that project, as well as a few of the locals company in the Ahmedabad as well. So I did freelancing projects for that one, which was all around the machine learning and the Python, or maybe building some APIs. Or like scraping data set from some websites. So all such kind of small project as a base of freelancing I was doing at the time of the COVID. And meanwhile, I didn't have any job offer because I was not seated in the college placement. Because in my college, the ML company were not like coming for, because, and I was only targeting to be in the field of the machine learning. So I wanted to I wanted to go in the company, and I just only wanted, it's like kind of I was confident, or maybe I just only wanted to be in the ML. I was not happy kind of doing web or any other things, because I have explored previously, and then I found I think ML is the best option for me. So I also, like at the time of the COVID, where like everyone is kind of losing their job, but I also want any job at that time. So that's why I was doing lots of the cold email, and like I given like hell lots of the interviews, because it's also hard for, like, if you are the student and then at this time, and if you go to looking for the job, even though you do not have any industrial experience like proper, I do have, but I can't say, like, because they still consider me as a student. But still, on some good day, I like able to get one full-time ML engineer offer after completing my graduations. So I completed my graduation on the 8th August on 2020. And after that, I also got one full-time ML engineer role. And that was a Delhi-based startup, fintech startup. And in that one, I also learned a lot. Like it was like end-to-end project, where starting from the data extraction to building a full ML API on the AWS SageMaker. I did like explore a lot, and also I was like meanwhile also doing the freelancing work as well as my current full-time job, and they are like fine with that when it was not Moonlight. And yeah, this is my main achievement, I would say, by like all this journey starting from 2016 to 2020. So then finally on this time at the 2020 on the December, so it was my dream to gift a home, like nice, luxurious 3 BHK home. To my parents, because of course they did a lot for me. So that's why I bought one home for them, and so yeah. And now we are living very happily in that new home. I have my home office as well as I work from home. But yeah, so I would say, so after all this journey, so this is the biggest, let's say, motivation, or maybe that keep me keep hustling and keep learning, because I wanted to do this something big. And it's please believe me, it's really hard to get a loan at such young age, even though you do not have the previous income tax profile, like IT and everything. But yeah, finally, after lots of rejections, I finally able to get it done. And yeah, so now talking about my professional journey. So as you see, I haven't done with the CP, like DSA kind of thing, with the competitive coding. So I also started learning CP, graphs and LinkedIn and everything, with some open source platform like HackerRank and everything, because I felt that I need to crack the data scientist position in some big MNC level company. And then, of course, I had tons of interviews and offers as well. But I also faced rejection as well, not just only offer. But yeah, I wanted to have some good one. I also wanted to have a work from home, so then I can also support my home thing as well. So I also had this kind of few things in my mind as well. But on the third point, I finally got PatternAI, which is my current company. It's a US-based, Silicon Valley-based startup, and it's product-based company. And now I'm like data scientist with them like more than 2 years. And I also got to learn, so like people are there from like Stanford University, Harvard University, and I was like, there is no chance like they will hire me as a full-time, but luckily they hire me as a full-time. And right now I'm working very great with the PatternAI. I also learn lots of things with them. And also meanwhile with my professional journey, I do lots of mentoring and webinar things. I did lots of things in the COVID. This is my first session after the COVID, like, you know, kind of from virtual to offline kind of thing. So I have few things to share as a bonus point. So first is outcome-based self-learning. Just focus on learning, because like no one be there for you. So you need to keep hustling and keep learning, and also give back to community. Like whatever you learn, you can share your learning with this platform, let's say GDG Ahmedabad or anything. And of course, be kind. So yeah, that is me. And now, by God's grace, everything is currently going pretty sweet and pretty smoothly with me. Thank you so much. This was me, Krupa Galiya.
ઊંઘમાં તો નથી ને કોઈ? થોડા ઘણા લાગે જ છે પાછળ. બહુ બોર નહીં કરું, 15 મિનિટમાં પતાવી દઈશ, એટલે ચિંતા કરતા નહીં. Thank you. So hello everyone. Nilay Chauhan here, data scientist at Kaggle. For all of you who are not familiar with Kaggle, Kaggle is world's largest data science community. We have over 11 million data scientists and machine learning engineers on our platform who uses our platform to share and learn resources with each other. Today I'll be sharing my journey. Yeah. So basically I'll be starting with my educational journey first. So how many of you have started your journey by learning C and C++? Yeah, so I was also one of you guys, not anything else. So yeah, I also started with C, C++, and later then like I started C++ in 10th standard, and that was the time I decided, no man, I'm just going to do engineering only, and that too in computer engineering. Like I connected with that, like I felt some passion with it. So at that time only I decided that I'll be doing computer engineering, and I did it I did it eventually, how I won't say. In the first year I started with Python and SQL, then focused on web development frameworks such as Django and Flask. Why Django and Flask? Because I initially did Python, so it was a bit easier for me to not learn something else, like some new programming language, because it was a fresh knowledge for me. And Django is also like you can do very complicated and complex web development with it, like user management, like, and everything is like super cool over there. So yeah, like I selected Django and Flask, and I did some good projects also with it. Like I invested whole of my first year with it. So like user management projects, e-commerce websites, and many more projects. In the second year, like I started with app development. Like I am a person who wants to learn everything. Like I won't say stuck in a loop for more than a year or two. So I'll keep learning new things and things. So in the second year, I started with Android app development. Over there, I also created so many cool apps such as news app, this app, so small games, e-commerce app, like which is also connected with the user base, a database, like user can sign in, buy products, and like yeah, it was a from end-to-end app. And in the third year, I was like, hey, like I have done web app, so how I can extend it? Like how can I make it accessible more and more to the users? So I switched to cloud DevOps. So in cloud DevOps, I learned like making CI/CD pipelines, writing code as infrastructure. Like if someone of you might be familiar with infrastructure as code, like you are just writing scripts, and like when you run that scripts, the servers and machines are like deployed in the cloud production. I learned it over AWS and GCP, Google Cloud Provider, and in the fourth year, I finally started with data science and machine learning. Like, I was not a person who started from the first year like Krupa, from core data science machine learning person. Like, I started in the end of my bachelor's degree in the last year. And that too, the motivation was like my final year project was with data science and machine learning. Like, my final year project was a sentiment analysis with Twitter tweets. Like, for example, so yeah, in that project also, I used everything which is mentioned over here. So basically, the project was live on AWS and AWS, and at one stage, after showing it to the professors and everything, we also took it to some next level. We deployed on Arduino. And from our home, hosted from Arduino from our home. So yeah, that was also something like a cool experiment as a student we wanted to explore, and we actually did it. So that project was like, if you enter some text, like for example, Nilay Chauhan. So it will go on Twitter, take 100 tweets, recent tweets, which has Nilay Chauhan mentioned in it, do sentimental analysis, and so like how much positivity and negativity is around this hashtag or text you have entered. So this is what I learned. Now, if I say about my professional journey, it's very small. I am a recent pass out in 2021. So I started my professional journey by starting an internship at KPMG India as a data science intern. So over there, I did a variety of tasks such as data scraping, data analytics, time series forecasting, making MLOps pipeline in Azure, making it to production, like connecting every dots, like from data scraping to MLOps, and also some data streaming pipelines using Airflow. So yeah, that was at my internship, and later on I took a break in between from June to August, you can see. So yeah, it was kind of a learning curve. So when I did an internship, it was a good one. I felt still I needed something and I needed to focus. So at that time I wrote blogs on Medium. I focused on building up a good Kaggle profile. Like, I was a Kaggle user from the start. Like, it was a dream company, if I say. Like, I have never dreamed that I'll be at Kaggle at such an age. So yeah, it was something. And yeah, that was the time I also connected with a hell lot of people, like in the industry, like who are like working from 10 years, 15 years in the academics and regarding data science, like in some really good famous universities outside the around the globe. Like I connected with professors in IITs, like Imperial College London, University of Technology Sydney, like make them my mentors, like learn from their experiences. Like they showed me the path, like how I can excel if I want to do it. I also connected with some industrial persons also, like who are having like 10-15 years of experience in this field. They showed me that these are the things I am doing which is perfect, and like these are the things I should avoid, or these are the ways I should explore this domain, like I am doing this wrong, and these are like a lot of things. So yeah, like mentorship also played a big role in that gap, and still I am a learner. Like, I won't say I am a professional, I am a student like all of you, and I promise you that I won't stop learning. And yeah, so if I just say about Kaggle, at Kaggle I am doing a variety of tasks such as making public artifacts, sharing it with the developers, making it easier for others to explore Kaggle, giving a critical feedback to the Kaggle product team, also doing variety of other things. And now I'll be sharing some key learnings from my journey which helped me. And I feel like if you guys do it, it might also help you in the process. So I'll be now jumping to that part. Like, the first and the foremost point is like focus on end-to-end projects. This was the thing like I did from my first year to the final year, and still I am like, I'll do this only. Like end-to-end projects, like if I just say about data science, you can do some sentimental analysis projects such as Twitter sentimental analysis, Amazon review sentimental analysis. For example, a user, one of you is running selling a product on Amazon, and you want to see like how people are reacting to your product. You can see the review numbers like 4.4 star, 4.5 star, but you want to break it down and see like what are the points about, like good points about people are talking about, like what are the bad points about people are talking about. So you can use sentiment analysis. Chatbots are like getting really famous these days. If you say like Chat GPT and much more, like so many things are happening in chatbots. So you can also create some chatbots chatbots, which might not be that complicated to build a normal and simple chatbots. You can integrate to your website and help users navigate to your website easily. Like a chatbot can be a support chatbot. That if I am not able to find a certain area in your website, how can I do it? I can go to that chatbot, I have some predefined options I can select, and that chatbot will help you. So you guys can also do that. Recommendation systems, like you all are using like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hotstar, and these things, like how it works. Like sometimes, for example, today I watch some certain series in like thriller genre. So tomorrow I'll be getting suggestions about that, recommendations that you have watched this, so you should also watch this. That's how recommendation system works. Fourth is image recognition. Like you all are using Google Photos, right? So you can see an example of image recognition in Google Photos, Google Lens, like object detection. Like you just open Google Lens and click a photo of something, and it will show that this is this or this is that. So yeah, like these are some end-to-end project ideas for data science I shared with you guys. So I repeat, like end-to-end projects help you a lot in your journey. Like for example, you go to some interviews and mention that I have done some projects. These are the projects, and it is also live on AWS. So a recruiter can directly go to and which is actually accessible to him or her. You don't have to run it on a local host and so on. Then that takes it to a next level. So that showcases like how deep into you are and things like that. So also build some strong portfolios on Kaggle and GitHub. Like if you're into data science, like Kaggle is the like go-to place for you. Like share your work, take part in the competitions, publish your data set, publish your notebooks. Yeah, like you can showcase it to world, showcase it to your resume, your Kaggle ranks, and it can also help you get jobs. And GitHub is like, it's not just for data science. Like everyone should go publish their work, make it open source for the public, build a strong portfolio over there. So it might also help you get a job, learn things, share it with others. Like in a developer community, you should always focus on also sharing your knowledge with others. Like keep sharing. When you're always learning, also share it with others. Like that also helps the community grow. Like you should also focus on like giving back to the community. So importance of mentors in your life. So from my experience, it has been a lot. So always your mentor can play a lot of roles in your life, like can expose you to a great set of peoples around you. It can also help you get a job, also introduce you some certain people who are deep into research, and also share their experiences. Like sometimes like you are about to do something and you are skeptical about it, like yeah, like should I do it or not? So you should always reach to a senior person. It can be anyone. Like you don't always need to reach to a professor or a CEO or CTO of any company. Like I always feel that one of my friend also who has just did this thing can be my mentor. Like he or she doesn't need to be like a pro in that field. Like you can reach out to anyone. Like I have so many mentors. Like I say that like I don't have one or two mentors. I have like hundreds and thousands of mentors, and I am really happy about it. So and also get feedback. Like they share feedback about your work. You can improve it. Like you should have a constant loop of your improvement. Like you should be happy to get real feedback also. Like sometimes we are like, yeah, like we are skeptical, we should do it or not. And that time you also need to hear like honest review, like yeah, like Nilay, you are not doing it perfectly, you should try it this way. And that is also important in your life. And also inspire and support, like that's always right. Like mentors would be there who can celebrate you, appreciate you in your journey, share their knowledge. So yeah, like that's also something you can get from mentors. So I always feel that you should definitely have some mentors, learn from them, share with them. And yeah, the next point is some bonus points I've added, like networking and community. The first point you are already doing, like coming to such events and GDGs, like being involved, like coming here, meeting new people, speakers, other attendees, networking with them, learning from each other, sharing your project ideas. Like it helps it and makes immense contribution in your career. Like I also feel something like Nilay is learning data science is something else, but I also need to showcase the recruiters that I am knowing data science. That's something also important. Like, and LinkedIn can be a really good platform for it. Like, I use it at topmost. Like, I used to be like active for a couple of hours per day when I was learning, and still I am like, now I'm not a couple of hours active every day, but yeah, still I give my some time to LinkedIn. I'll share my work, I'll share my project ideas, I'll find some connections over there. Like I have some VPs, CEOs, CTOs connected over LinkedIn, and like not just make a connection request, like also share some messages with them, exchange some messages, make them your mentor, share feedback, and like yeah, it's a never learning process of networking and community. And also come to those events and not just come, like come with an agenda, proper agenda, that I'll be going networking with some people, learning from them, also sharing my projects, and like so many things. Also never stop learning. Never stop learning. The day you stop learning, your growth, you like become stable in your life, and you don't grow yourself. And so never stop learning. Like you can read online books, offline books, read blogs, like stay up to date with, like follow some Twitter handles which are super active in the domain you are working with. So yeah, like you should definitely do it, and stay active in communities too, like and also be active in focused communities. Like if I'm a data scientist or I want to have a data science enthusiast, so I should also be active in some data science focused communities such as Kaggle. Like Kaggle is a really good community for you guys. Like if you want to be a data in the field of data science, you can come over here, sources, share your resources, like be noticed, and be also make some really good connections which might help you in the longer run. Yeah, open source contributions. So you should also focus on making open source contributions, like on TensorFlow, on TensorFlow via GitHub, like, and just TensorFlow was just an example. Like there are so many data science depositories or frameworks and libraries over there who are open source, and you can go there, like PyTorch, JAX, Flex, TensorFlow, and much more. Like there are whole ecosystems. Like get relevant hands-on experience. By this point, I mean that focus on making some cool end-to-end projects which I mentioned, getting some internships where you can like get an exposure to the corporate world, like making projects in your own laptop and getting to a company and working on a real-life project. It's completely changed. It's completely different thing. So I say, like, go and like get some internships while you're studying. That might really help you on a longer run. So yeah, thank you. That was me. And you can just scan this QR code and it will open my LinkedIn profile. So if you want to connect with me, you can just scan it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you. Please have a round of applause. Thank you, Nilay.